history of the fur trade. Okay? When you, if you want to stay here, I'll just grab something. When you look at the fur trade, what was the animal they were interested in?
Beavers.
The beaver. And what did they use them for?
Warm clothes. They needed warm clothes, right? They're European. They all had the linen
They
and...
turned them into felt.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Hats,
yeah.
right?
I was gonna say the beaver hat.
Well, there
Oh,
it is
yeah,
right there.
okay.
There are beaver felt hats here. The one on the left is from 1720. The other one is 1790. And the fur trade took place in Europe. We were in the middle of what was like a mini ice age, and it was a creation of the common house. And so you had, say, 3 floors, and the upper floor was for the rich people, and the poor people lived on the ground floor with the pigs and the chickens and the goats, kept the fires going and cooked their food for them and cleaned the house. Okay? And like I said, on the upper floors, that's where the rich people lived. When the Brothers Grimm wrote the story Cinderella, what did she really leave at the ball? It wasn't a glass slipper, because a fellow who dreamt of dancing, singing mice gave her that. Okay? What did she really leave at the ball? The Brothers Grimm wrote it right into the story.
I don't know.
I got it.
Everything turned back into what it was at midnight.
Right.
And so did her shoe. Because all poor maidens in Germany wore squirrel fur slippers. And he
Really?
knew that he was looking on the ground floor for Cinderella, not on the upper floor for Anastasia and Drusilla.
Right.
Okay? Native people were the main force of trappers and the main consumers for the trade goods during the European fur trade. All right? And they would go out and catch the beavers. And they could be anything from this, which is a yearling, to a big blanket beaver, which is what they call a buck.
Right.
Okay? They go as much as 110 pounds in the Northwest Territories, Athabasca. Because of Bergman's biological rule, the further north you go, the warmer or the bigger the animal has to be in order to maintain body heat. The biggest beaver, I'm a professional trapper as well, the biggest beaver I've caught in the London area is 75 pounds. But that's normal for down here because of the fact that these animals don't get that big because it's not as cold as in Athabasca. Okay? Yep. So native people would take the beaver and they would wear it, and they would knock the guard hairs out with their sweat. The amino acids in human sweat would knock the guard hairs out, which is the first step into making it into hat felt. You have to remove the guard hairs, and then the pelt would look like this. And there's the pelt without the guard hairs, and native people would call that castor gras, fat beaver. Okay? So what you're looking at, if you've ever gone to Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, well, this is fat beaver, castor gras. Okay? And so native people would take them and wear them. Now the big blanket beaver, you can understand, you can use it as a blanket. What would they use this for?
Babies.
Great, a diaper.
A diaper?
A diaper, swaddling clothes for a baby. So they take it, put it on the baby, you do his thing on it, they take it down to the creek, wash it out, hang it up over and over and over again. Come September, you take it down to the trading post, traded it into a European who took it back to Europe, made it into a hat, wore it on his head. And so this is what you got. This hat, like I said, was manufactured in 1720 in England. That one's 1790, and you can see the difference in the quality and the actual workmanship.
Even like the shape of it and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah. But do you remember, if you watch the story of Christmas Carol?
Yeah.
George C. Scott? Okay, Cratchit's wearing the 5-cent stovepipe.
Yep.
And of course, old man Scrooge, he's wearing the one that's worth 5 pounds, that beautiful beaver on his head. Okay, so you can see there are different qualities. Another thing that the native people did was they used the animals for medicines.
Okay.
That is the scent gland from a beaver. If you smell it, it's very sweet smelling. Beavers' main food are the willow family, willow, poplar, aspen. And when they eat them, they don't only get the nutrition, they also get acetylsalicylic acid, which is in the underbark of the poplar family, the willow family. And when they eat that, it gets rid of aches, pain, fever, and inflammation. If you wanted to take a stick off of a poplar tree and chew on it, if you had a toothache, it would get rid of your toothache. Okay? It's what natives call the chew stick.
Okay.
Right? So native people would take these, it's nature's aspirin, pop 2 glands and call me in the morning. All right? So when you start looking at that, what do you use it today for?
We use
This today in today's society. When I trap a beaver, I take the glands out, I dry them, I ship them to the sale because the cosmetic companies buy them because it is the main ingredient in the best perfumes in the world.
Right. I knew
Beaver
that.
in French is castor, castor in French is musk.
Yeah.
That's the musk of the best perfumes in the world.
Wow.
Okay, and they don't have allergic reactions to it.
Yeah.
Where pig musk, you would have an allergic reaction to it. Okay, so that's what Native people would do, and some Native people in Ontario still practice the old medicines and use these for actual medicines.